Championship action returns to Ashton Gate today as Bristol City hosts Reading at BS3. With me now is a Reading reporter, Jonathan. Now, Jonathan, it's not been brilliant for Reading so far this season. You're currently 21st, 2 points off the relegation zone. You haven't won any games in any competition since late November. I think it was a away win at Swansea, that one. What's gone wrong at Reading? And is relegation a serious worry for the players, the manager, and obviously the fans as well?
Yeah, I mean, certainly relegation is a very serious concern right now. Momentum is totally against them. They've had a lot of injuries. They've had a COVID outbreak as well over Christmas, which didn't help things. But there's not really much sort of team spirit going on. They've really struggled to pick up points since the turn of the year. Got knocked out of the FA Cup by Kidderminster Harriers, a sixth-tier side, at the start of January, and ever since then they've lost six on the bounce now. And the way things are going, it's only one way, and it's down. That said, there's still 18 games to go, I think, so there's a time to turn it round. But at the moment, it's looking pretty bleak.
And obviously, currently you're above the relegation zone. So if you keep on or start managing to get points, even if that is just 1-0 points in a scrappy game, like we've seen sometimes Bristol City at Ashton Gate this season, that could be what could keep Reading up this season, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They need to scrap and fight for every single point right now. They do have the quality to do it. On their day, they can be a very, very good side. But unfortunately, they haven't shown that much this season. And as I say, there's still lots of time to go. If they can, pick up a point here and there, that will hopefully generate some momentum, and they can start looking up the table. But as I said, Derby are looking up at the moment. Peter and Barnsley are obviously struggling at the moment. It looks like it's going to be 3 out of 4 teams, but you never know. There could be a team who comes tumbling down. But for Reading, they've really got to keep their head afloat over the next few weeks and really try and keep themselves above water. And
I believe I'm right in saying that the fans have planned a protest for next week's game against Coventry at the Majeski. Do you think that's going to be in the back of the players and the manager's head today, that they are going to need to get a result to, put some hope into the fans' head that there could be a turnaround, obviously with that 150th anniversary and everything else that's going on at the club?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it will really be on their minds this evening. Obviously, it'll be great if they get a win tonight, and I think it brings a bit of feel-good factor back to the fan base, which there's a lot of negativity around at the moment, and understandably so. There's a lot of kind of things they're protesting about, kind of behind the scenes, things which are happening as well, just as much as on the pitch. So it may affect kind of the game on Saturday. But regarding tonight's game, I don't see that being an issue. Hopefully they can, go into the game with a clear head. They've had 10 days now since their last game. They had a free weekend, and they can, really click and put on a performance which hopefully the 1,000 Reading fans can be proud of by the end of the night.
And I know Bristol and Reading have sort of had a same sort of season. That's what's happened during games. Both teams are conceding a lot. Both teams seem to be scoring a lot when they get the chance, especially Bristol City. I don't think we've seen a low-scoring game in quite a few weeks, so hopefully that doesn't happen again today. But do you think today could just be one of them ones which whoever scores more goals is going to win today, and it's not going to be the most amazing game to watch, but it's just going to be one of those games with 3 points for the club is going to be absolutely massive?
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, to be honest, the Reading's priority right now is going to be on keeping things tight at the back. Yeah. They conceded, I think, 23 goals in 6 games in January, which was pretty horrific. So it'll be really kind of going back to basics, as they say, and really trying to do everything to keep a clean sheet at the very least. They've got plenty of goals in their side. They've got players who can score goals, and hopefully they can click at that end of the end of the pitch. However, the issue really is the back line. As I say, they've had a clear week now to really kind of get back to the training ground, and hopefully kind of iron out some of the mistakes which they have been making. Yeah. And fingers crossed they can put in a performance.
And if Reading are going to get the 3 points there, who could harm that Bristol City backline and get past? And as we've seen over recent weeks, we've leaked goals, so who could be that man for Reading to score and hopefully for you guys end that winless run?
Well, I mean, Reading have only got one fit senior striker at the club, so it's all on Lucas Zhao's shoulders. On his day, he's a fantastic player. He's really recently come back from injury. He showed last season what a great player he was, scored 20-odd goals. He's a very skillful player, very kind of very driven player as well, and if he can, get a nice touch early on, get his confidence early on, then he could be the difference tonight. That said, there's a few other players. Sort of John Swift has gone off the boil a bit recently, but he has the potential to sort of pick a pass to unlock a defence. Ovie Ejaria, likewise. Junior Hoylett's chipped in with a few goals this season as well. So they've got some players who can cause damage. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and finally then, what's your prediction for this evening?
Right, well, that's put me on the spot. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, which certainly won't really help Reading. I don't know whether it'll help Bristol City, but I guess, a point apiece is probably about.
Well, it would be good for us to get a win. This is one of the games when you've got to be winning the games for us, especially after two disappointing defeat. Well, one defeat and one draw, which we probably should have won on the road over the last 2 weeks. But yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Today's video is kindly sponsored by our amazing friends over at Club. Club is a brand new fantasy/reality football game coming to iOS and Android very, very soon, where you can become the owner and create your very own football club from scratch. You can build and create your own football stadium from scratch and upgrade it throughout the weeks as your team improves. You also have a mascot and kits that are decided by the sponsor you pick at the start of the game. As you can see, you own a team full of real-life players from any of Europe's top 5 divisions, and they get you points each week like in any other fantasy football game. Club have been a massive help in supporting the channel over the last few weeks, so make sure to go down to the top link in the description and go and check out Club's website, where you can find out more about the game as well as pre-register, so you'll be one of the first to know and to be able to play the game when it does go live. Thank you very much for sponsoring another video, Club, and let's get back onto the vlog. There's about half an hour until kick-off here at Ashley Gate. Team news is out. Only one change that Nigel Pearson has made since our defeat last weekend at Blackpool. Callum O'Dowda makes way for Zach Viner. And with me now is Reading fan Dave. Now, Dave, you made the trip across to Bristol this evening. Now, you were just saying before we started this, you don't really know why you've made the trip. It's not been an amazing season so far for Reading. As I said earlier, you're currently 21st in the league. Do you think relegation's a high possibility this season, or do you think you might as well just scrape with obviously what's happened to the likes of Derby so far already this season?
Well, carry on the way we're going. Hot relegation is, and I wouldn't put it past us to finish below Derby. All right, there's only 15 points difference between the points deductions with Derby, because we have 6 points deduction. But they're on a roll. I think if without the points deductions, they'd be something like 6 points off the playoffs right now. So their form is distinctly mid-table, if not better. Whereas ours is distinctly relegation form. Yeah. There's no question we're in deep trouble. But saving grace is that we've had it's one of those seasons where anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And we've got a number of our key players coming back. Yaku Mate will probably not feature tonight, but will probably be there on Saturday. Lucas Joao started the last 2-3 games. Junior Hoylett, we've managed to strengthen in January with Tom Ince, so we've got decent quality up front. But as ever, under Paunovic this season, the issues have been at the back. We ship far too many goals, and the style of play doesn't lend itself to a sort of 4-3, 4-3 sort of 3-2 results in our favour, because we're so passive. We tend to sit back. We allow opposition to come on to us. We don't go for the jugular. Paunovic has so many people in the fan base now have lost faith with him. They don't think he's the right man for the job. It wouldn't surprise me if we were on the end of I think it's now our 8th defeat in a row tonight, to be honest with you. But we'll see.
And it must be dreadful to be a Reading fan at the moment. Obviously, a few years ago you were in a playoff final. Last season you had a hell of a season. I can't remember quite where you finished. I think it was just outside the playoffs, wasn't it? Yeah. You had an amazing season last season. You started off brilliant. I remember, I think it was in September maybe, but there was a game at the Majeski where it was Bristol City in like 3rd versus Reading in 2nd or something silly like that. Yeah. And it's just completely changed this season. And we were actually via message the other day talking ahead of this game, and we were both saying that both teams concede a lot, both teams have been scoring a lot. But who do you think could be that danger man for Reading if they are going to cause that Bristol City backline any mistakes or any worry this afternoon?
Well, bear in mind I haven't seen the team yet. I've literally just got out of the car and walked through the park here. Junior Hoylett, if he's playing, everybody knows Junior Hoylett. Tom Ince, it will be his debut tonight if he plays. Like I say, João up front is absolutely key to the way we've played. He's been out since Preston in August, and we had Andy Carroll for a bit.
Yeah.
He obviously left. He only had 2 months on his contract. He was better than the other option that we had, which was George Puskas, who's now shipped on loan to Pisa.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work with George Puskas. He desperately needed somebody up alongside him. We didn't have it because of the injuries and the squad size. João is back. João scored over 20 goals last season.
Yeah. And he's starting today as well.
Yeah. Which makes me think that we might make it a bit closer than I'm anticipating. But he'll be the one to look out for because we don't have any natural width. Everything goes through the middle. Everything goes through Lucas João. He's strong. He's great in the air. He's got great touch, great feet. He's an all-round central striker. Yeah. So he'll be, in an attacking sense, the danger man, and hopefully he and John Swift, just behind him, number 10, John Swift needs to rediscover his form because he's been really off the pace the last couple of months.
I remember those were the two that caused Bristol City problems earlier in the season. Then finally, can I get a score prediction from you?
Now that you said João's playing, I was going to go 2-0 defeat. I'll go 2-1 defeat.
Yeah, I think I'm going for a 3-1. So I think, as I said to Weinmann, I think it's going to be quite high scoring today. So I'll go for a 3-1. You'll go for a 2-1. Both Bristol City. So let's hope that does happen. But enjoy the game and good luck for the rest of the season. Obviously, after full time today. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries. Thank you. Just before we sign off, it's the second time I've done this season. I've watched a few of your channels, your programs on your channel. You're doing a really good job.
Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that.
Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Recovery to get him back to Anton. Get in there, City. Get in. City. Get in. Just what we needed before half time. So it's half time at Ashton Gate. A late goal from Anton Semenyo gives City the lead at the break. It's 1-0 Bristol City. Ashton, it wasn't the best of first half. Both seemed quite sloppy. Bristol City giving the ball away a lot more than we should have. But that goal late on definitely has at least put a smile on my face going into half time in the lead.
Yeah, same's put a smile on my face. I thought going into the first, at the half time, I thought it was going to end 0-0.
Yeah.
Just a lucky recovery from Weinmann to get up and square it to Semenyo and a lucky tap in.
Yeah. It was brilliant recovery from Semenyo in front of that stand. Do you think there's more goals in this game? Obviously, given that one goal lead, is definitely. I'm sure Bristol won't be making the same mistakes they were in the first half. I'm sure both Curtis Fleming and Nigel Pearson, if he's on a Zoom call or something, will both be making sure that doesn't happen again. But do you think there's more goals in this game? Do you think Bristol City can carry on from the end of that first half, or do you think Reading might manage to scrape back into it?
I think we could get one more because we've took the lead in the first half. I think that normally gives us confidence to go on and get another one, which hopefully will happen.
I definitely hope so. We obviously saw Semenyo scoring today. We've seen Weinmann set it up. Both of them have been on fantastic form today. Do you think either of them will get a second goal in this second half? What's your second half prediction?
I think Weinmann will get the second for us, hopefully. So I predict 2-0 City.
I definitely take it 2-0. Thank you very much, mate.
That's all right.
play from Semenyo again, and probably less than a minute into the second half, and it's 2-0. There you go, see. Brilliant ball by, I think that's Semenyo into the box. Brilliant finish by Alex Scott. Get in. Get in. Martin into Semenyo, into Campre, into Alex Scott. Brilliant play. Get in. Penalty Reading. Silly tackle again. Just like that QPR, an absolute stupid challenge. Reading fans have been protesting, obviously against the club at the moment in this second half. 20 minutes left, if you get a goal here, then it's game on. Come on then, Max. Come on then, Max. And that's 2-1 with 17 of normal time. We don't do it easy, do we, Bristol? There we go. They're protesting again against their manager, just as he scored. That much show about it is at the club at the moment. But come on, City, we've got to hold on. Let's get it gone. Oh. 4 minutes left.